located here at the Crossroads Shopping Center.
And we're starting off with some action. We've got Rondo with ace-king suited first hand. Roger with 10s in the cutoff. Looks like he just... Oh, he 3-bets. Air Gordon with the fold on the button. And John D in the big blind finds his own ace-king. Pretty deep game to start out. We've got multiple 7K plus stacks for a 5-10. Roger the shortest of the bunch with 4. Got the cold 4 from John. Rhonda and Roger both find the call.
So right here out of the gates, we're going to have a 2.5K pot, 3 different directions, a couple of big slicks and a pocket 10s, and big flop for Rhonda. Roger here with pocket 10s. The open-ended straight draw. This is going to be a bigger pot now, isn't it?
Yeah, so the original raiser was John, who has nothing here. So we're going to see how Rhonda and Roger get the money in, because I can't imagine it doesn't start off with a bang. Roger obviously overpaired with a straight draw. Nothing's going to stop him from getting the money in. Rhonda bets very large, 80% pot, 2K. Roger is going to be all in.
Really has no other choice.
Yeah.
After this bet, like, there's no call and then push on the turn. It's just going to have to get into the middle.
Yeah. I wish he had bet a little bit smaller just to make things a little more interesting. But all in is also just going to keep things strong to start off with the flip. And 10s hold.
Wow. Rhonda with a ton of outs and none of them get that. Well, I guess, like, at least one combo of ace-king, as we've seen, is already out. But
yeah, she still said 48% on flop, so big hand to start it off for Roger. He's gonna more than double up on the first hand. 9K pot, the first hand of the night. Can't ask for much more action to get us rolling.
Can't. I mean, we can, and we probably will. We'll be piping hot for more action. Come on, just get it all in every other hand, and we'll see how the night progresses. So I think the total that we're going to get out of this is 8.9K pot, right on the first hand of the night, a 5-10 on cap, no limit cash here at Plum Social. And check us out on Instagram, Plum Social 512. Hit that like, click subscribe. We can keep pumping out the word, hopefully making it an all-time night for us here. As share the link if you can. Because there, you know, like, I left one show and I had a big following, and then I just kind of like, okay, hey, I couldn't necessarily be like, dude, I'm going to Palm Social. So we might still need to get a word out to the chat pros there all across the world that, hey, this is where it's at. This is where it's at here at Palm Social.
For sure. We've got the 5, 10, 20, and 40 going on. John, a fan of the straddle. Jack 9 suited going to open under the gun from Roger. And we are folding around to the big blind. Trey going to find the fold. Jaywin with the queen 10 offsuit. He finds a fold as well. John G, king, queen. Very strong hand in the straddle. Going to make the call. Heads up, 285 in the middle. Ace, jack, jack. Roger flopping trips. John with the backdoor nut flush draw and a gut shot to the nut straight. To be a 150 c-bet, so just over half pot. John gonna make the call. And that's going to be a 9. Filling up Roger, but giving John the flush draw that I was mentioning. So we'll see what happens here. Looks to be a big one. John's gonna lead for 350 into 585, so pretty big bet from him. And a big raise coming in from Roger. Looks to be 1.1 thousand. John with a decision to make. Whenever you lead on this texture and get raised, it's going to be a lot of strength mostly. And he's going to find the call. And the backdoor spades get in. John gonna lose a big one. $2.8K on the river. John's gonna lead again.
Oh boy.
For 2.2 into 2.8, so 75% pot. And the only real raise size for Roger here is all in. And he's going to be feeling really good about that. I wonder if John's going to be able to get away. He's got a strong hand. And that looks to be a call.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he was able to. That's if we've got the totals right, an over $17,000 pot here with the king high flush versus jacks full of nines. And
Roger is on a strong first three hands. You can't ask for much more. Tends to hold up versus two ace kings and then turning a full house versus a backdoor flush.
Goodness gracious. As you look out here on the Felt of Dreams, this table built and put together here by Texas Poker Supply. It is really an aesthetically pleasing. Like, I think we're working on sharpening up the cameras a little bit and getting everything rock solid. And our team's working super duper hard to create a system and to create some consistency. And we hope to have just an awesome night here on the stream. Make sure to like. What else do we got going on in Chatsville? Jimmy saying I'm a rich man if the Dolphins win the division. Drinks on Jimmy. Well, I hope it's whenever you come here, man. I want to be able to cash in on that.
For sure. And Roger with the late position open with 10-7. Justin going to wake up with kings and I assume get next to no action.
Yeah, I don't see a straddle out there, so yeah. This is...
All right, Roger's just going after it in the early stages. I respect it.
He's got the Daniel Negreanu. It's the 10-7 offsuit, man. Isn't that his patented hand? Okay.
We've got a gutter ball for Roger to the 8s. And Justin with the overpair backdoor flush draw. Sitting pretty. 150 into 405 on the flop. Good sizing. I think you could go slightly bigger here. But overall, not a mistake. Turn 6. No help for Roger. Same gut shot there. He's going to find the check. And Roger now with all the options on the table. He's going after it in the early stages. What is this? Looks like 5. Oh, full pot, 700. That's a big bet. Applying the pressure to Justin.
And this is where it feels hairy, especially with kings. Like, I don't expect Justin's ever folding, but he probably has to be aware that there is going to be some combo draws here and potential two pairs and stuff like that. So
Queen of diamonds, flush completes, 10-8 completes, king 10 gets there, which you have two kings, so that's less likely. 7-8 got there on the turn, which was a double gutter on the flop. Pot is 2.1, Justin with 2.6 behind. Looks like Roger could be going for an all-in if he gets stack sizes correct. Yeah, he's just going to put them all in. And I think Roger's going after it. I like the bet, but I think Justin has a call here. You're blocking the king 10. You're blocking a lot of the flush draws. It's not an easy call. If he finds a fold, I wouldn't blame him, but...
It's like we've had the context to be able to look at this from afar. Again, we are on a 30-minute delay, so Justin can't totally know what to make out of Roger's aggression at this point. That obviously, from our perspective, we've seen him really get after it here in this live stream. But if you're maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 hands deep at this point, like...
No, it's hard. It's
tough to discern, like, just what this all means.
Yeah, Roger's shown down 2 nut hands and then gotten John G to fold on river without showdown, so it's not an easy call to make by any stretch of the imagination.
Tricky spot here for
100%. Justin gonna be taking his time. Oh, he finds the call. Well done. Gonna find the 7.4K pots.
I think Justin was even like, "Wait, did you make a hand? You looked like you had like a 10 in there," and
yeah,
realizing it was Roger going for the jugular. And yeah, kudos to him. I mean, that is, I think when we talk of like optimal ways that you want to go and attack, and you know, not unlike or like Texas, all gas, no brakes there. As went for it, but called here by Justin here for what's going to be a 7.4K pot or so. A nice night here for us at Palm Social in Austin, Texas. You can check out our website, palmsocialclub.com. Follow the Instagram and Facebook. Again, searching Palm Social 512. Max 1-2, 500 max for 2-5. It would be so much nicer if it was match stack. Good point, though, about the casinos. Would rather have multi-buy-ins. It says, in West Palm Beach, Florida, the poker laws in Texas are so cool with these poker houses. Says...
There are just no laws in Texas when it comes to...
It is really the Wild West at times.
Yeah, there's no gaming board here, unlike most of the rest of the country, so everyone is left up to their own volition.
Yeah, there are like poker czars, but they have no power.
Yes.
They're really just vloggers for the most part, and that's just...
I'm surprised there aren't more Texas vloggers. They're all in Vegas still, and LA.
I think people have dabbled into it and realized, like Wes is, I think, is finally starting to get back into it. Andrew Vadine. So Jake Leos was trying to do one. I did like one or two. I don't know if he was...
Yeah, he doesn't do much anymore. Oh, we've got Kings waking up.
Oh, wow.
In the 160. K-Rock Bastion with pocket 10s. Gonna put in a call. Oh, I take it back. The one exception is the next-gen kids.
Yeah, the next-gen. Yeah, those are... So maybe there is more, but you would think with the way that vlogger sphere has kind of exploded, maybe there would be more. Oh, look at this. We got Roger with a couple of ladies. And I do not expect in this kind of pot with him in the 160 that this is going... This is...
There's a raise coming in.
Well, what are you guessing? 2.5? 2K? 3K? Like, that's...
3 seems good. Maybe like small enough that if you... Oh, he's just gonna jam.
Oh, he's gonna rip?
I was gonna say, like, there's a... I think
no.
What's up?
That's gonna be like an 8K, so essentially covering everybody else on the table at this point.
Yeah, so just all in. I would say the only other size that would be small enough that if Bastion rejams, you want to be able to reopen the action. But I think this is also just accomplishes the same thing. And Justin going to take his time before sticking all of his chips in the middle. And Bastion in a tough spot. Looks like he's going to be able to get away. Him not 3-betting the 10s pre-flop is going to pay off. And now Roger in a cooler situation. $17.3 in the middle. Kings versus Queens.
See how many times we're just going to get it run at once.com.
It looks that way.
Let's do it. Says
Jack 4. Turn 5. 1 queen out there.
It's going to fade here for Justin. So that is a huge hit to Roger that has been scorching hot. And now let's see, hopefully, can Roger find a way to maybe get half of this? Or is this going to be the scooper duper now for Justin? Oh, he does. He's just going to flop top set. Justin still got his kings live. And, oh, it's a king.
Wow.
It's a king. Justin scoops it for 17.3K. Oh, sick. One card to come on the second board.